Hello everyone, welcome you all to the video lecture series for art and culture. This video lecture series will be helpful for the students who are preparing for UPSC as well as any other competitive exam where art and culture questions are asked. So we will be starting with the very basic book of NCERT, which is often called as Fine Arts NCERT. So why starting with the NCERT is important? Because we have seen over the period of time that UPSC tend to ask questions which are directly taken from NCERT, or the concepts of NCERTs are useful to eliminate wrong options in prelims questions, as well as knowing the concepts and examples from the NCERT book. It is helpful to frame answers in mains questions as well. So in this book we have 8 chapters. We will be creating video lecture for each and every chapters separately. So today's chapter is chapter 1, prehistoric rock paintings. So let's get started. Prehistoric time, generally we call it when the period where we do not have written records, no books, no documents, the time where no paper was there or any language. So we do not have any documented record of that period, so we call that period as prehistoric times. So how we got to know about the art and architecture of that period? It is that scholars found places where prehistoric people lived. They found tools, pottery, bones of human, animals, their habitat, and especially the drawings on cave walls. So the next question arises: why prehistoric people drew paintings? So scholars have come to a conclusion that when basic needs were fulfilled, like food, water, clothing, shelter, so people felt need to express themselves, and painting was one way of them expressing their mind, what they are feeling, the incidents of day-to-day life, how they were hunting. So those things they tried to put on cave walls using as their canvas. So when these what time did we get the cave paintings? See, we get very less evidence of art objects from lower Paleolithic time. We have few instances, but majorly the proliferation of art activities started in upper Paleolithic time. What were the subjects? Human figures, human activities, geometric design, symbols, etc. The first discovery of rock paintings in India in 1867-68 by archaeologist Carlyle. Other archaeologists were Cockburn, Anderson, Mitra, Ghosh. So they found uh, sites of prehistoric time people, and they excavated and found cave paintings, etc. So where do we find rock paintings in India? Majorly we find it in Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka and Bihar. One of the important sites is Lakhudiyar. Lakhudiyar is a cave, a place in Uttarakhand. The word Lakhudiyar literally means 1 lakh caves. So we found many caves there. The basic theme of these paintings were man, animal, and geometric pattern. The figure of human were stick-like image, animals were long snouted image, and geometric patterns were wavy lines, rectangles, dots, etc. They generally used white, black, and red ochre. There also we found superimposition, like starting from black, then evolving to red, and then finally to white. One of the interesting scene which we found in Lakhudiyar is hand-linked dancing human figure. You in NCERT book you will see that figure, that people are holding hands, and a series of people were portrayed as dancing. Second comes the South India. In South India, we generally, whatever evidences we have, we find it from Neolithic period. The important sites are Kupgalu, Piklihal, Tekkalkota. The granite rocks of Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh were suitable canvas for Neolithic people. The important feature of that period was the paintings were done in red ochre, red ochre over white background, and the subjects were bulls, elephant, sambar, sheep, goats, and human figures, etc. The third important place where we find rock paintings is Bhimbetka. We all know about Bhimbetka in Madhya Pradesh. It is the richest paintings reported from Vindhya range. The time period of uh, Bhimbetka is Upper Paleolithic and Mesolithic. The next question arises, why Vindhya range? Why we get so many Paleolithic rock paintings in Vindhya? Because the hill was full of forest, wild plants, fruits, streams, creeks, hence it became a perfect place for Stone Age people to live. And since they lived in that area, so their creation of art also found in these places as well. The Bhimbetka paintings were discovered by B.S. Wakankar in 1957-58. The paintings of Bhimbetka can be divided in three historical periods, and these historical periods have their features distinct from each other. Let us see it one by one. The first is Upper Paleolithic. The paintings of Upper Paleolithic were linear representations, generally drawn in green and dark red color. Huge animal figures like bison, elephant, rhinos, tigers, etc. were found. Human figures was again stick-like. Generally, it is found that in green color, human figures were dancers and red colors for hunters. We do not know the exact reason for this, but yes, it may red color might show anger, and mm, that's why they portray hunters. Next comes the Mesolithic period. Largest number of paintings of Bhimbetka belongs to this time. The themes get diversify and multiply. Images are smaller in size as compared to Upper Paleolithic period. The reason for this smaller size paintings, we can trace it to the tools which the people of Mesolithic period used. We all know from our historical studies that Mesolithic period people developed microliths. So the tools become smaller, so it was easier for them to draw small size images. In Mesolithic period, it has been observed that the hunting scenes predominate other themes. Also, we see group hunting activities there. Mesolithic period artists love to paint animals. Some images show tenderness and love for animal. Otherwise, the major theme was hunting animal, whether individual or in group. Animal figures were naturalistic in style and human stylistic manner. Women figures were in both nude and clothed. Children were shown running, jumping, playing. In some places, we also see depiction of family life in Mesolithic arts. In some caves, we also have observed handprints, fist print, and some dots created by fingertips. The third period is Chalcolithic period, where the way of living for hunter gatherer and the agriculturist people also started. The Chalcolithic period images reveal the association, contact, and mutual exchange with the settled agri community of Malwa Plain, as the Malwa Plain is near to Vindhya range in Madhya Pradesh. In Chalcolithic period also we see the evidence of pottery, metal tools, etc. But the vividness and vitality of earlier period disappear from these paintings. Next comes the colors used by Bhimbetka people. So as we find many instances of paintings, we see many colors like white, yellow, orange, red, purple, etc. But the main and major color for them were white and red. The colors were made from grinding rocks and minerals. Red color came from hematite, green from chalcedony, greenstone, and white from limestone. People grinded these rocks and made a powder, rock powder, then added water or animal fat or resin, sticky material to make a paste and used that paste for painting. They made brush from plant fibers. The other question arises, how these color survived these many years. So the answer lies in the chemical composition of these colors. Since it was made from minerals and it was painted on rock surface, uh, so the mineral and the oxide present on the rock surface had chemical reaction and it solidified the colors to resist the external weather condition and survive. The choice of surface and walls is also important. Some images are found on the walls and ceilings of rock shelters where the people actually lived. So they drew their paintings for recreational activity or within the premises of their shelter. But some images are found in places which was not seem living spaces. Maybe they were place of religious importance. Some paintings are also found on very awkward spaces, like at a difficult height on the rock shelter. So maybe it was made to look visible from a long distance for people. Apart from studying these surface and walls which the prehistoric people choose, we also found layers on the paintings. Layers means new paintings over the old one. So there may be few reasons for this kind of overlapping. One may be that the artist did not like his previous creation, so he again made a new one over it. But the more acceptable reason seems that it may be a sacred spot where the every generation drew their painting over another. So at the end we come to the relevance of these rock cut caves paintings. These paintings helps us to understand early human beings, their lifestyle, food habits, daily activity, etc. But the most important thing we get from these paintings are the understanding the mind of prehistoric people, the thought process, what they were thinking while drawing these images. It also provides us the cultural evolution, how the family evolved, how people uh, hunted animal, how they domesticated animal. These cultural evolutions are depicted in these images. But the most important relevance is it is the greatest wealth that primitive man left behind for us. So with this we have completed the chapter 1 of Fine Arts NCRT. I hope you like this uh, explanation. If you liked it, please subscribe to this channel because we will be coming up with the next video on the second chapter. Thank you.